Hey guys, it's Eric with another episode of Enchanted Minds. Today we're going over creating character, the Trickster Rogue, and which which races are going to be the best for your damage output along with the best stats. So we know character creation screen doesn't tell you exactly what the stats do until the character is already made, until you can see the character sheet, and at that point obviously it's too late. So we do break it down for each class, and the Trickster Rogue has a tough time honestly with their stats, meaning it's not allowing us to benefit from 2 different damage buffs per stat on anything except for the charisma, which luckily is one of their secondary stats, so it shouldn't be hard to get points into it. However, the other 2, strength is going to give you bonus damage, just base bonus damage, so we do need some there, and then also dexterity, which they have listed as the main stat, which only gives critical chance, which is nice. I mean, it gives critical chance, deflect, AoE resist, but as far as damage output is only critical chance, and so it makes it tough in my opinion to really say that you need a whole lot of points in dex. I would probably prefer to go pure strength and charisma instead of making dexterity one of your primary stats. It being the primary stat, you're going to have a fair amount of it, whether you choose to put points into it or not. So I would go out of my way probably to put points into charisma and strength. So that brings us into which classes, which races are going to be the best for the Trickster Rogue. And we've narrowed it down to 3 that we believe will suit this idea of charisma, dexterity, strength, and having a fair amount of each. The half orc is the first. He does not give a bonus to charisma. You can see +2 dexterity and either +2 to constitution or strength. Obviously would be going strength. However, you can see Furious Assault is very powerful. Your critical severity is 5% higher than that of other races, causing you to deal more damage when you deliver a critical strike. So this is super viable because the Trickster Rogue is notorious for getting a lot of critical strikes in. And this also justifies the additional 2 points into dexterity. Also, you can see Swift Charge. You gain 10% bonus to run speed for 3 seconds when you enter combat. So this is also real nice for a melee DPS character like the Trickster Rogue. So the Half Orc, certainly a great option for your Trickster Rogue. The next viable option would be the Halfling. You can see here the ability scores grant you +2 dexterity and either +2 charisma or +2 constitution. So again, we're getting dexterity, and then it's giving us the option to take charisma, which is very, very good. You can see nimble reaction, your small stature, quick movement give you a deflect chance 3% higher than that of other races. Deflect's pretty nice for the Trickster Rogue. And you can see also control resist 10%. The ability there at the bottom bold. So dexterity and charisma, what you're getting with the Halfling. So that'd be critical chance, and then the charisma, again, combat stat bonus and combat advantage damage. So the charisma, guys, what we call a double dip. It's giving you 2 bonuses to your damage. And the reason we say that the combat stat bonus is a bonus to your damage is because Later in the game, we recommend by level 60, you get yourself either rank 8 bonding runestones or at least an augment. Augments are cheap. It's a pet that gives you 100% of your companion stats. So the higher your companion stats are, the higher stats your stats are. And that's why companion stat bonus is so nice there with the charisma, making the halfling a top option for the trickster rogue. And then your next option would be the drow. Again, it's taking us to take dexterity as the starting, the one that we can't change. And then it's going to give us the option of charisma or wisdom. Obviously, for the same reasons with the halfling, we want charisma. So +2 dex, +2 charisma. Instead of giving us the deflect, however, it gives us dark fire. When attacking a foe, you have a 5% chance to apply dark fire for 4 seconds. This effect reduces the target's defense by 10%. Guys, this is huge. This makes the drow a very, very powerful class for DPS characters that benefit from the dexterity stat, like the trickster rogue. So these would be probably your top 3 options, unless you have the Dragonborn race. They're also a viable option, allowing you to put points in any ability score that you want to. So if you have Dragonborn, I would go charisma and strength. That way you can boost the base damage of the attacks rather than the critical chance. And then that, guys, brings us to the actual rolling of the stats. So when you're rolling stats for your trickster rogue, because we're going to be, unless you have the Dragonborn race, we're going to be forced to take in dexterity. We want to keep that roll as small as we can. We want to get some strength, and we want to get some charisma. So let's see what we can do here. We want to take dexterity and charisma. And the key is, so they're at 10, 10, 8. You can see that the scores that we don't want, guys. Intelligence, Constitution, Wisdom. Those are as small as they can get. Would be having 10 points in 2 of them, 8 points in another. So you can see this right here. 20 dexterity, 15 charisma, 13 strength. That's pretty solid. I would maneuver it around a little if it'll let us. See if we can't get additional points over there in strength without losing any total points, which don't know if we're going to be able to do. So don't think we can. Something like this is going to be about as good as it gets on the roll. Lots of dexterity, lots of charisma, a fair amount of strength. And again, getting the strength up would be nice also. You can see you can roll it up, but then we lose points from dexterity, and as those go into intelligence, wisdom, which it wouldn't be completely out of the question to go this route, because intelligence does give recharge speed bonus, wisdom gives control bonus, which there are new builds out, control rogues that deal lots of bonus damage to foes under control effects. So something like this would be viable in that situation. Otherwise, I would try and keep the total amount of points away from those 3 stats that are grayed out and into dexterity, charisma, and strength, guys. And with that, I'm going to ask you to comment down below if you have any questions, guys. If you need help on the PS4 platform, I will help you in game. Outside of that, guys, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And as always, guys, may the drops be ever in your favor. Eric out.